Conference 2024. Are you ready? Believe me, it's hard to beat a person who keeps showing up every day. It shifts from winning to outlasting. And this year, the TIP Annual Conference has reached its outlasting realm. These are the words that hit us at the dawn of the introduction of this year's Annual Conference 2024 by Wendy Ologe, Africa's #1 parenting coach herself. My name is Joy Eshimokai. I am a public speaking coach. I am the founder of Prospeak Life Academy, and I am the official MC of the Intentional Parents Academy. We have grown tremendously over the years, and it's all thanks to you, our amazing community of intentional parents. Let's take a quick look back at our incredible journey. In 2018, we pioneered online conferencing to reach thousands of parents for free. In 2019, we had 25 coaches reach over 10,000 parents. In 2020, 27 coaches reached over 30,000 parents. In 2021, we had 30 coaches over 7 days reach over 50,000 parents. In 2022, we had 32 coaches over 7 days reaching 100,000 parents with over 1 million impressions on YouTube. In 2023, we had 30 coaches again over 7 days reach 150,000 parents with over 2 million impressions on YouTube. And now, TIP Conference 2024 with the team Raising Kings, those who make them, and those who sit at the table with King, with an outstanding 34 speakers. By the way, have you attended the TIP conference for 7 years straight? Then you will understand when I say you don't want to miss any session. It is an array of coaches from all over the world. The Academy has brought you the who is who of parenting to teach you parenting and make the world a better place. We are bringing you key players at this year's conference. Share the name of that speaker who you can't wait to see. Do you know any parents or parents to be? Share with them, tag them now. Spread the word and let's make this the most impactful TIP Annual Conference yet. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey. We can't wait to see you at the TIP Academy. My name is Joy Eshimokai. Together, let's raise kings.
To build concentration and focus, like it has also improved their creativity massively.
Well, the journey so far has been so sweet in the inner circle for me, because I'm now enjoying peace, and of course the aspect of the undivided attention is now the story of the past, and of course the children, we'll be able to teach the children on how to take risks and on how for them to be responsible, and of course we'll be able to inculcate the place of our family value and also to follow them on how they can deploy this family value outside there.
Yeah, so I would encourage parents who are not in the inner circle, parents to be who are not in the inner circle yet. It's the place to be. There's a peace that comes with being in the inner circle. There's a calm, like I'm parenting from the place of calm because I have knowledge, because I'm equipped with wisdom to parent my children right. Like in the past, I used to be that parent who, when preparing my children for school, there's this chaos. Now it's something that I can no longer relate with because I've established routines, I've established a pattern, I've established structures in my home. So that's what being in the inner circle has equipped me with. I'm sure that every parent wants to enjoy this. So please come and join us in the ark of safety.
Yeah, inner circle is a place to be.
Yes, sir.
If you are still thinking, please join the next floor.
Friends, my name is Aviva and I attended Cherry's Coding Club classes.
Hello, I am Levi, and I had a great time at Trans Coding Club.
I really loved it so much and I'm here to show you a game that I made. So the game is called Treasure Island Game. So I simply have to control the boat with my mouse, the arrow, to get up to this gold bit. These are the coins. I have to try to avoid the land or get the gold coins. So it goes really slowly, so you make sure that you win. And it's really fair. So you can use any part of the boat to get the coin. And that happened when I won. If I lost, this would have happened. And that's all.
Right now, I've made a game which is super fun, and you can move around and summon fish.
I have been summoned, Master.
And it makes a little sound when you summon it, and you can create a crazy amount of fish for it.
I have been summoned, Master. I have been summoned, Master.
Shadi Babalala is my name, and I am doing this video to talk about the Carrie's coding classes. I enrolled my kids from the scratch, and they are now in the advanced classes. I would tell you, don't think when you enroll your kids in no time they can start building games, writing stories with coding and all of that. That's not the only thing. It helps their IQ. And that is what STEM does. And STEM is the future. It is the future. So your kids can be in any class and then still learn technology. Coding is the way.
I'm Stella Okonkwo, where my daughter took some courses on Scratch Beginners class and Scratch Intermediate class and had an amazing experience. The instructor was very knowledgeable and supportive. In fact, she made learning codes easy, fun, and very engaging. The courses were age appropriate and well structured. This class has boosted my daughter's confidence both in her school and in life generally. She has a different approach to life. She thinks faster now compared to before.
I'm gonna join the phone in Cherry's Coding Club.
Sign up for Cherry's Coding Club.
Good evening, guten Abend, bonsoir, buenas noches, masa al-kheri, wherever you're watching us from in the world. It is day 6 of the TIP Annual Conference 2024 with the theme Raising Kings. And it's been raining kings. If you're not soaked or drenched yet, I don't know where you have been. Let me see your fire emojis in the comment section if you are soaked or drenched. My name is Ifeoluwa Akinyura, and I'm your host for this session. Let me quickly thank the TIP team, led by Coach Wendy Ologe, for this great opportunity. By the, Africa's #1 coach, you're just a whole bundle of many things. Like I can't start to unbundle or unravel, who Coach Wendy is. Now, the last session was fire. I wanted to say, what did I get from this session? But I need to catch a replay. Because I'm asking myself, are you a complainer, a worker, or a thinker? Are you a mix of different things? Are you raising children that have entrepreneurial skills, the grit, the technology skills, and the problem-solving skills for their generation? Are you still keeping them as people for the information age or the industrial age to grow through the education system to become those things when it has shifted to the age of innovators and digital experts? These are things that I'm thinking about, and I'm confident that I'm well on the road. Why? Because I'm in the TIP Academy. And one thing that is very certain about the TIP Academy is it is ever evolving with the current realities of the generation that we are in. If you are still doubting, try out 1 year. If you don't have a testimony, my name is Ifeoluwa Akinyoa, and you probably find that name on any social media handle. Come tell me that you told a lie, because that is the truth. People are coming from a lotness, a lot of lots. So every person, every parent type, you have your place in the academy. You will learn how to first teach yourself, like parent yourself first, to become a parent to the children that you're raising. Now, it's not only for parents, but also for people who are planning to be parents. So you can be single on this call. It is also for you. Now, if you're also a teacher to children, a guide to children, a mentor to children that probably not your own, you need to be in the academy. Need I say more? I want to ask you a question about this conference. Have you helped somebody? Helpfulness is a skill also that we need to learn. Have you shared the registration link with them? Because even though it's day 6 already, they can still catch the replay of sessions on sessions on sessions that we have had so far. And one thing that stands out from every session is this: you need to put your money where your mouth is. I want good children. I want responsible children. I want children that can solve problems in the society that they are in. Bring your 5,000 naira for a single person or 10,000 naira for a couple to book your slot for 2025 TIP Academy course. Put your money where your mouth is. Somebody said during one of the sessions that your therapy session will wipe out the 100,000 naira that you want to put in today. If you're thinking about that, I'm sure very soon on your screen you'll see displayed the information about that. Take a screenshot of the account number and the number to send your receipt to, and do that tonight. Thank you very much, media. It is right on your screen right now. Take a screenshot of these details. Even if you're still thinking about it, let this not go away. Take a screenshot. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere. It is still TIP 2024. Media.
Hey, are you a busy Nigerian mom living in Nigeria or in the diaspora? Do you want to save yourself the stress of food shopping and cooking, and also cut down on multiple delivery fees while shopping online? Then Basti Foods is your trusted plug. At Basti Foods, we offer you a wide range of ready-to-cook foodstuff that helps you reduce your food shopping and cooking stress with our pack-to-pot foods. With our wide range of food items, you get to save multiple delivery fees when you shop from us at Basti Foods. Available in store are Ijebu Gari, already picked honey beans, already peeled beans, tapioca, yam flour, plantain flour, fufu flour, lafo flour, stove-free or further rice, crayfish, palm oil, chopper food items like dried pap, dried pomo, dried locust beans, yaji, etc. We also offer food bundling services for charity purposes and food gift packs. Our core values are convenience, health and hygiene, affordability, quality food stuff, and excellent customer service. We are on Instagram at Basti Foods. You can reach out to us on WhatsApp on 080-9928-1171. Again, 080-9928-1171. 1171. Let's get started on your journey to food shopping and cooking without stress.
Welcome back from that break, and we're about to get into the business of the evening. Now, before we bring up our speaker, who will be coming up at any time right now, we need to find out who our speaker is tonight. And we're going to hear from our media team about the speaker when the bio for the speaker is being played. Stay tuned.
Mr. Tejiri Jerry Chuno, fondly called Unusual TJ, is an idea and brand communication strategist by day, but a digital parenting and teens leadership coach by design with over 25 years experience. A computer science graduate from University of Benin, he holds other certificates in brand strategy, digital marketing, youth development, management, and leadership. He is an NLP practitioner, Family System Engineering Associate Practitioner, a fellow professional mentor and coach, and a certified professional youth coach of the Chartered Institute of Mentoring and Coaching Nigeria, US Certified Family Wellness Coach, and a graduate of the School of Politics, Policy, and Governance. He was recognized with the Ambassador of Peace Award by the International Association of World Peace Advocates Fellowship Club. He has facilitated industry-tailored and cultured training for UBA, Access Bank, Central Bank of Nigeria, Google Digital Skills, Edo State Government Startup Fund Project, Voice Nigeria, Face Analytics, Gemstone Nation Builders Network, Professor Pat Utomi's CVL Youth Empowerment Program, amongst others. As a family wellness coach, he helps families design healthy systems that will create a desirable environment to raise influential teens. He also runs his new signature program, the Digital Parenting Workshop, which helps parents learn to use technology to raise digitally responsible, productive, and safe children. He hosted the First Lady of Edo State and the Commissioner of Social Development and Gender Issues, amongst others. He founded the Nursing Fathers Community and the Glad Company, a company that helps parents, teachers, teen mentors build competence to navigate the field of teen mentoring. He has served with the Archbishop Margaret Benson Idahosa, was part of the international leadership of Agape Force Teens Ministry for over 15 years, and trained pastors and leaders in Church of God Mission International, Miracle Assembly, Winners, and others. He founded the Teen on Fire Leadership Network, TOF Nation, an NGO committed to raising teens into leadership with focus on public service. He hosted the Teen Leadership Conference in Abuja and Benin, drawing the attention and participation of leaders, both in the public and private sectors. His ardent passion for social transformation has reached well over 50,000 youths across 9 states in Nigeria. He currently presides over a Christian professional network with over 10,000 members globally. He is Toastmaster, a Rotarian, and a member of the Police Community Relations Committee. He is married with 5 children. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Intentional Parent Annual Conference 2024. TJ Chuno.
Good evening, sir. That is such an impressive, CV. No. Please, it's positive pride. You take pride in what we take pride in what we do without being arrogant. Good evening, so I'm almost speechless. To have you in this space. I work in the digital space, in digital payments. So I'm very super pumped to have this session, and it is a very, very hot discussion around the digital gadgets around our children. There are debates back and forth, research going back and forth on how beneficial or not beneficial it is to actually introduce our children to digital gadgets. So I'm super pumped for this session. And I will say, Coach TJ, in the next 40 minutes, take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm so excited, and I was just smiling from end to end. Thank you for having me here, Coach Wendy. Please just go and give some love to Coach Wendy, such an amazing coach, an amazing sister and friend. Yes. So this evening, we've been hearing basketballs. And please, Coach Wendy, I called David after his session. I said, next time, don't put David before me. He just caused a lot of problem. So I need to be fire. If I bring fuel now, the house will catch fire. So today we're going to do something a little bit unusual. Okay, so I know we've been sitting down. Many of us have been, listening since morning, and our minds have been expanding. So we're just going to get into what I may call 2 minutes of crazy praise. Okay, so wherever you are, I want you to first of all tap yourself on your shoulder and say, "I'm doing well. I'm doing well." Tap yourself on your shoulder. Say, "I'm doing well." It's not easy. So I'm a worried boy. So sometimes I may just flow into vernacular. So it's not easy to parents. I know it's not easy. Sometimes we sit and wonder, how did our parents really do this whole thing? And that will lead me to ask a question probably later on. But I just want you to tap yourself. You can chat, you can write that on the chat. Just tap yourself and say, "I am doing well." Yes, thank you. Career expert will be the first. I'm doing well. Tell yourself I'm doing well, okay? And the next thing I want you to do, wherever you are, I want you to stand up. Yes. And I just want you to dance without any music. Yeah. And I hope your children are watching. I had to run away from the house because my daughter, who is turning 5 tomorrow, is virtually sit on my lap and will join me through this session. So please don't tell her I'm in the office. But I want you to just do something. Wherever you want to stretch, you want to dance, you want to tell yourself, "Hey, grade 6, I made it. Hey, I'm an intentional parent." Whatever you want to do, just stretch yourself right now. Ooh, we need that energy to move forward. Awesome. I'm doing well. Yes. Give yourself that dance that doesn't have a name. Yeah. Like Victor was saying, let whatever you're doing be the next thing that will trend right now. Just be excited that you're alive. Woo! And then we are about to run. Awesome. How do I share my slides? Where do I share my slides from, please? Share screen. Awesome. Please hold on. I'm trying to share the screen. Yes. Awesome. So good evening, everybody. Woo! I feel like dancing one more time. It's fun. And I'll say, guys, if you can't dance, if you can't play for no reason, you're going to find it very hard raising children who connect with you. Coach Wendy, the king of connecting to correct. If you read that book, one of the things you get to learn is that that connection is vital. That connection. And most times the challenges we have is that it's just, like a digital device. If there's no connection between the Wi-Fi and your system, guess what? You can't browse, right? And that's what happens at home when there's a disconnection. So your ability to go gaga, your ability to, at this point, come out with the most excited pattern, which is the child in you. And do you know what interestingly? That is what your children connect with, the child in you. Before they follow the adult that you are, they want to connect to the child in you. So please feel free to express yourself. Do that dance again if you've not done it. If you're just joining in, and so you do that dance, just get up and shake it as we jump into our session, digital parenting and family online safety. So we're going to have debates. Please bring the debates on. Okay, so quickly, life is digital and we are just evolving into that reality. Really? Life is digital. Let's think about it. The word digital, the word digital came from the Latin word digitus. And if you look at the etymology of that word, you get to realize that the word digitus, or digitus, whichever you call it, came from the word meaning finger or toe. Why finger or toe? Finger or toe because it was used to represent counting, identification, value quantification, and so on. So if you think about it, from the beginning of life, God created the heavens and earth, and there was day one. So God started counting from the very day. God started identifying from the very day, from the very first day. God started quantifying value from the very first day. So life itself is digital. Life itself. Now, I want you to also see this perspective. Every day as man lives or man evolves, man gets to realize his ability to create new things. In other words, yeah, our reality today is just but for today. We really don't know what man is capable of doing tomorrow. So every single day, man is evolving into the best version of him. I'm going somewhere with this. So this is to bring us to the reality that technology or our digital reality is not a weapon by the devil, like many of us may think or feel or say, end time, 666, technology and all that. No, it's a tool for God's agenda to identify, quantify, and even account for what he has given you. So our inability to embrace the digital reality is somewhat separating ourselves from the responsibility that God has given to us. You want to ask yourself this question: who really knows the end of God? A weak mind will easily associate what he or she doesn't understand with the devil, thereby making the devil more relevant when you are supposed to be in charge. Hadelia mentioned that the difference between a weapon and a tool. What we don't know and what we allow others to use can carelessly be used as a weapon against us. So when you see your device, why we are afraid is because we don't have certain understanding of certain concepts. So we now see this, we want to keep our children and all that away because someone is using it negatively. Someone is using it negatively or carelessly. It becomes a weapon. But when we get to understand what this really is, what happens? It becomes a tool. So a tool for creation. And just like David was saying, children can now create with this. Now, the first introduction of God in the beginning was that God was what? In the beginning, Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created. So the first introduction of God was that of the creator. And now see this, God made us in his image and likeness. Therefore, our default setting is to create. So anytime we're not using technology to create, we are changing ourselves, and then we might just be disabusing the nature of God in us, if I can put it in that way. So you see, creation is the natural response to anything. And in this regard, we're talking technology. Creation is the natural response when you get to understand. So this becomes a tool. It becomes a tool for kings to dominate. It becomes a tool for kings to conquer domains. It becomes a tool for kings to spread their message. In those days, kings would use chariots, a messenger, and all that. This now becomes a tool for the kings, or the king's tool. Okay, so I need us to understand that. Secondly, I also just want to share these thoughts, with us, and that is that the Holy Spirit is the technology of God. Think about it. In Genesis 2, and I'm laying this foundation so that it helps us build as we go forward. In Genesis 2, I think that's verse 7, said, and God, breathed his breath into man, and man became a living soul. So the battery, without a battery, this won't function. Without the software, it won't function. Without the Holy Spirit, man would function. So man's operating system is God's spirit in man. I need you to get that. So God's spirit in man powers man up, batteries. God's spirit in man connects one, Wi-Fi. God's spirit in man is the app where is the Google store where everything is installed and all that. So you see, God himself, everything that is created in life is just mimicking the reality of who God is. And since man was created in God's image and likeness, man's natural response to things is to bring them in the likeness of God. But when we are not conscious of this, we allow the devil use it. And that's where we see all the things that we get worried about. I just needed to say this so as we move on, we get to understand. Now, initially I talked about the evolution of man, And I'm just asking this question. What if your great-great-great-grandfather wake up today to see today's reality? What do you think will happen? They just wake up and they see this reality and they can see me and you talking through devices. Some will shout with that this is witchcraft and die again. Think about that, But what has happened between our great-great-grandfather and us here is that man has evolved with learning. Kings evolve with learning. Kings do not learn. Kings are always learning. And guess what? And one of the reasons that this is set is so that we'll also help our children learn as kings. And not this, our children, as they learn, they will learn and evolve in their reality. Let me say this here. Almost every parent here came from the Stone Age. What do I simply mean? We all grew from the analog reality to the digital reality. Our children were born in the digital reality. Therefore, they are digital natives. So our children will naturally, without our permission, evolve and do much more. So I want you to think about every time you have fought your child away from technology, it's like you're trying to take breath out of them, for this is their reality. Please get that. So in wrapping introductory thoughts, I'll say parenting is not just a responsibility to raise children. It is a responsibility to extend the dominance of God through your children. That's what parenting is. And now as a digital parent, ensuring that they are using this tool to create. Awesome. So let's go forward. This parent thing, Proverbs 22:6, says, train up a child. The question I'm asking you here is, what is your digital reality? What are you doing daily? What's your digital behavior? What do you do every day when you wake up? The first thing you do is you pick your phone, you're reading message. What are you doing? I'm saying that because training basically is repeating to reinforce a behavior through instructions. Instructions can be verbal. Instructions can also be behavioral. And do you know what? Children don't take permission to learn from you. And they learn more not from the instructions, they learn more from the behavior. So every time you get home and you sit down, notice that my remote, every time you get home, you sit down, this is the first thing that comes to your hand. You are training, you are programming the mind of your child to appreciate this as a definition of maybe comfort. Because every time you sit, you feel, oh, now I can relax. That's what you're doing. Train. Every time you are eating, and I want to now those of you who are here, I need you guys to be sincere. When you are eating, how many of you do this? You're eating and you're eating and then you are checking your phone. We'll talk about distraction. We are the ones that introduce distraction to children with such habits that we model. Remember, we train them to become dysfunctional. Now, I'm not blaming you. The truth is, many of us didn't really know what we're doing. We're just freestyling, and then we found ourselves in a reality that we're trying to adjust. Fine. But remember, it is a train up a child. So what is your digital behavior? How do you embrace gadgets? Before you correct, before you connect, the ability to connect is important. Yeah. You have to be connectable. And that means you have this ability that you need to correct, first exemplified in you as a responsible digital parent. Now it says, in the way, the question I'm asking, do you know the way online? Knowledge is key. How many of us are learning new things or just stumble and then we are managing? I know many of you can, you see your children, they pick your phone and before you know they are piam, 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 piam. And you're like, hey, well, these children, who is teaching them all these things? Yes, first is your digital reality. Yeah. So naturally, they'll be smarter than you. And that's why you need to celebrate them. Okay. But if you find out that you do not know, and what you do is to shut down without learning, then the truth is, my brother, my sister, come closer. Let me say this to you. You don't know the way. You don't know the way. Yeah. So you need to keep learning. You are not too old to learn. Bishop Yedigbo will say, the time you stop learning is the time you start dying. Then in the way he should go, not the way you want him to go. And that's many mistake. Every time we want the child to go in our way. So we should model, like Paul says, follow me like I follow Christ. So you should model, but like David was also saying, ensure that they learn to use the tool to express themselves and note that they are expressing their unique self to God because they're an extension of God through you. Okay, so let's go forward. Now, so who is a digital parent? Now, a digital parent is an adult who knows and is learning. Now, you see learning here again. He knows and is learning to adapt the use of technology to intentionally. And that's why I love the TIP. And I love to say, me, I'm a yada. I'm a yada. Because, you know, no matter how we are coaching, you heard all the, some of my friends, they also told you that they are, they are yadas, you know, because we need to keep learning. So a digital parent is an adult who knows and is learning to adapt the use of technology to intentionally raise children who are responsible, who are productive, and who are safe online by modeling. You see modeling here again? By modeling, by empowering, that means you create the environment, and by monitoring. Many of us, our definition of digital parents is only monitoring. So we have become monitoring spirits. Okay? So, but you need to what first? Intentionally raise them to what? Be responsible. So their use of the space is responsible as creators to be productive. Like David also said, I told him that I had to delete some of my slides because of him. Productive, that means they are using the space to create what is creating solutions. And then they are safe. In other words, when they go online, you're not afraid. Rather than them being attacked by Trojans and by hackers, they are helping extend the safety net even for you. Okay, so but our digital parent reality is that many parents watching me right now, me before too, we are very frustrated. True or true? Just put that in the put it in the comments. When you think about this, because many of us do this. One is that we just take our device, have a 2-year-old, you know. My wife naturally, please, I want to report my wife. Don't tell her I'm reporting her. My wife gets so frustrated because the guy is just so amazing, full of energy. She was praying for twins, and then God gave her one child that has energy of two children. I'm very excited. I told her that's the answer to your prayer. So she gives the device to the guy. You know, let the guy just be watching. And I'm telling her, you are training this guy to know that the device is his parent. So he will love this, commit focus and everything, knowing that children naturally, just like God, now going back to Genesis, in Genesis 1, God came down in the cool of the evening to relate with my guy, Adam. Yeah, in parenting, we cannot delegate. Oh, I love the way Wendy always says this. We cannot delegate parenting. In as much as we have co-parents, we cannot delegate parenting. Many of us have delegate parenting to devices. We give the children so they can free us, so they can do this, so that this becomes their new parent. They spend more time here. This communicates more with them. And guess what? They are just tenants in your house. After all, parents, you are paying rent. This becomes their parent because you are using this to just... Now, you're not even using this to help them. You're using it to help yourself. And that's even becoming very selfish. I'm looking at you. Selfish parent. I hope I'm bringing the camera. Yes, you I'm talking to. You just throw the device because you have the money to buy it. Guess what you're doing? Just like my brother David was speaking yesterday. You are investing in their dysfunction. That's exactly what you're doing, investing in their dysfunction. That's why you are frustrated. But if you understand that you have the responsibility, and like I said from the beginning, our life is digital, and you understand God's reality, then it's your responsibility to raise them to be responsible with these devices. Guess what? You'll be even very excited when they pick the things up. My daughter called me, and I'll reach out in the conversation. She called me. I left them at home when I came to the office, and my son rather called me that my daughter wanted to speak with me, and she was calling that her time was up. If I could give her just 30 more minutes, that was something she had not finished. In other words, she was not just playing. No. My son had created something he was also showing me. He had used the device, and I'll talk about modeling a bit here. He has used the device to create something. You know, if you ask my daughter, where does your father work? He will say, my father works in Zoom, because she's always seeing me, you know, talking and all that. So when she's coming to the system, she's also wanting to use the system to do the kind of things she sees me doing. Oh, there's a picture of that picture. I didn't put it here. Okay, that goes back to the place of modeling. So it will not frustrate it. Our digital reality will not frustrate us if we understand that this is a tool. Even as a tool, your children can start using it to help solve some of your problems. Ask my mom, she'll tell you. Okay, so some of our digital reality, let's look at this and let's move on. Yeah, technology is here to stay, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Deal with it. Remember, you came from the Stone Age. It's their digital reality. And then, two, our children are digital natives, and the family dynamics and culture is changing with technology. So they now get to know. In those days, we just knew what was happening in our environment. Now they can see how families are being shaped globally. And that is that's one of the reasons I love the Intentional Parents Academy. Helping, there are other circles like this. I also belong to Institute of Family Engineering and Design. Circles like this or communities like this that help you create a culture that your children can emulate. Digital technology is helping people see what is happening. So all these people that are watching all these Asian movies and scamming. Going back to creation, what are we even creating that they are watching? The drama between you, thank you, the governor, for your session. The drama between you and your spouse is creating the home video that they are watching that is shaping their own culture. What are you creating in your space? Three, AI is solving problems faster, but it's making people slower in thinking. In fact, it's shortening their thinking. But if we get to understand that AI is not just artificial intelligence, but the alpha's intention or the alpha's intelligence, we will learn to re-engineer this reality. So you ask yourself, the people that are even writing all these codes, are they not human beings? The people who are creating all this, some of them are not even Christians. So all this iPhone. You see, every time you pride your iPhone, look, I forgot doctor used to call him Kechi. I don't know if Kechi is here. Every time you are priding with your iPhone, you are selling yourself so cheap. Because iPhone is somebody's idea. Yeah, it's somebody's idea. That thing that you are using to feel, you bought the latest gadget, it's somebody's idea. You are feeling on somebody's creation. What have you created that people can feel with? Let me not go into that conversation. Let's continue. Number 4, children are accessing the online world with or without your permission, and they have social media accounts. So when I'm going to talk about some myths, and I'll come back to this. But the truth is, research has shown that 9 out of 10 children who don't have digital device have social media accounts. How did they go online? I leave that question for my opponents to answer. Our children are largely influenced by media content, and I just pointed earlier to this. Thank God for some people like Gwongo that David refers to, Brain Jotter, who has some sense. But there are a lot of content out there that your children, they consume daily online when they get to school. The moment they have opportunity to reach somebody's house and they see the internet, the content they consume. There was one day I caught my son doing something, and I called my wife and asked my wife, where did he learn this from? So even me, Sebo, I think everybody will be sincere. We all still have, doors that we're trying to stay locked tight. Where did he learn it from? It was access to his cousin who came visiting. And before I knew, my son was dancing one thing that I didn't understand and I don't permit in my space. So our children are accessing online content, and it is shaping how they think. They're largely influenced by the content, and parents are losing their kids. There's a story I was reading, and I have had certain experiences, but this one was really touching because it was a Christian parent who just stepped out of the house to get some groceries and came back to see their dead son in the house. What happened? Online, and that's the next point here. A friend introduced something to him that he went to check, and because he checked it, somebody got access to him and then sold an idea to him, and he ordered the drugs. Inside the house, the drug was delivered, packaged as something else, and he took it because he wanted to join one challenge online, and he challenged he joined challenge of life. That was it. The parents came, he was stretched on the ground. And these social media platforms don't have the right to reveal people's identity regardless. After all, should your child even be there? That's another conversation. So your child has most likely Yes, most likely watch porn, been bullied or trolled by predators, scammers, or pedophiles online. 90% by research done in 2020, 90% at the age of 8 had seen pornography. And right now, guess what? Pornography in those days was what, if you have to see. I saw pornography for the first time at the age of 16. If you have to see, there has to be one dark corner, maybe one magazine or something. Right now, once they just click, sometimes in your phone, those of you that are just downloading things in groups anyhow, anything to download, instead of you to offload yourself from the group, and you want to see the latest, and then you leave it in your phone, and guess what happened? Your child innocently carries your phone, wants to snap picture, and goes to gallery to watch their picture or their video. The next thing they see, the first porn there. Then over 72% of parents have no idea what their children do online. If you can tell me you know everything your child is doing online, please come and be my coach. Research, 72%, we do not know. Yes, Kate is saying, even if you don't click pop, yes, they pop up on their own like the popcorn that David was talking about. They just keep popping on their own. I have one interesting story of something that happened. I was teaching somebody how to use the internet. That was like in 2003 at a cyber cafe. And then something popped up and I just clicked it. I was teaching how to open email and I just clicked, guess what? It was pornography. How was I going to explain to the person that I was not watching pornography? It just popped up and I clicked. Since that day, click less. So click less. Now, what occupies your vision controls your life. So you see this thing, I was having a chat with Mr. Cosmos Maduka of Costaris Motors, and he said something that was phenomenal. He said, till date, he does not have a TV in his house. And I couldn't reason it. But the only thing I could reason, and I told myself, probably that's why he's a billionaire. Yeah. He says it's distraction. When you're on the TV, really, what do you see? Ask yourself that question. When you put TV in front of you, what do you see? And see, many of us are now having how many inch smart TV? We call it this thing. You see, I disconnected DSTV. I disconnected everything because I got to realize that the bigger the gadget, the bigger the distraction. And guess who was investing in distraction? That was me. So TV went bad. I was the first person to say, Father, I thank you. So when phones were smaller, when it was touchlight, distraction was not there. But now they will now have this VR that covers your eye and possibly covers your life. Let me run because of time is going. So how are you using technology to build your family? Your accounts might be safe, have all the safest passwords, but is your family safe? I earlier mentioned that that's my daughter, that children don't need to take permission. And this is it. I talked about modeling. What they see you do, eventually they become. So she has seen me always shave my hair at home. And then what did she tell herself was that, Daddy, she wanted her hair. I refused. She started crying. She must. And immediately I shaved her hair. She was the happiest person on earth. So, that's just reinforcing the fact that these children are modeling, whether you like it or yet not. So these are some of the myths that my child, this will never happen to my child in Jesus' name. Amen. I say amen for you. But let me tell you, amen is not the solution. Confession is not the solution. It's just a myth sometimes that we use to put ourselves in a place where we think that our children are safe. But let me ask you a question here. Can you send your child, probably right now, to Italy, where he or she doesn't know the language, how to speak their language, he or she doesn't know any place? Can you just put your child on the flight and say, go to Italy? No. And this is why you need to learn the ropes. You say, I keep my child safe by keeping them off the internet. I just mentioned to you that 9 out of 10 children, research, that don't have devices have social media accounts. My child is safe because the account is set on private. These are the kinds of people. You know one thing about the devil? The devil likes to attack hard targets. So all the guy men here who were able to, let me talk to the fathers here. You know how this your wife that you married was the hottest chick then? Why didn't you go for the lekpa? You went for the one that was so hot. My brother, Kunle, when you saw Wendy, your head caught fire. You went for her hot babe. You can see how she's burning. Yeah, the devil will go. Just as God loves to, the devil loves to. We target that your child that you say you're put on private predators. They want to know why this person is keeping safe. So do you know what? You may be safe on your own, like some of you who are very safe, and then you lost your WhatsApp accounts, right? You're very safe back, and then you gave one code mistakenly, or somebody. But that's how they now go through the connection of your children to get information to access. My children are saved because I am involved and I follow them online. That's another myth we tell ourselves because we think we have them online, that we monitor their accounts. Have you ever heard of Finsta and Rinsta? Finsta is fake Instagram. Rinsta is real Instagram. So many of them create the one with your name, aka I am daddy's girl at daddy's girl, and you're following them. They now have a Finsta, which is now their fake accounts that you don't know, which they will build to another name. Beauty D might be the name. It becomes your real account later. So remember, you are not omnipresent, or you are not omnipotent. So reasons why we should, and I'll just run through this. Protecting your personal information. If you're thinking also, why should I take online safety for family? Your personal information. Let me say this about some of us who are very, very porous with our content online. Yes, you need to share content, but what concerns the world and what happens inside your bathroom? Everything you must share. You must share from your children's DNA or blood, whatever you must share. Everybody's talking DNA. You go and join and talk DNA. Everything you share online. There's a conversation for that, which rests on the last point here. Shielding from inappropriate content. Prevent usage of inappropriate content is very important for your online safety. 3, preventing cyberbullying. 4, safeguarding against online predators. These things we've said. And 5, maintaining mental health. Very important. I'm resting on this one here because you know what? Everything, we get overwhelmed because there's information overload, there's everything overload. And he was talking about building resilience. David was talking about building resilience. Our capacity to be resilient is not fully formed. So everything that comes overwhelms us and we are easily beset. Our strength is small. And guess what happened? Our mind starts to shift. So it's very important that you keep that. Okay, let me just keep all this and get into strategies for families to remain safe online. These are a few strategies that you can deploy. 1, establish boundaries. Boundaries are very important in life. It's just like without boundaries, you don't have a space. Okay, so what are the kind of things you should respect? It's kindness online. You should what you should set good example excuse me. You show respect and kindness and all that. But most importantly, you establish screen-free zones or tech-free zones or whatever free zones you want to. Like in my house, I had to remove the TV from my children's room. What are they doing with TV in the room? Sometimes, why did I even buy the TV to put in the room in the first place? It's me shooting myself in the foot. So we just buy gadgets and put it everywhere. When we are eating, no digital device on the dining table. You must be able to create those. And when everybody's going to sleep, the phones remain in the sitting room. It doesn't get into the room. Let us remain human beings in the room. Okay, so establish that boundary. Use technology purposefully, and you have to demonstrate it. What do you use technology to do? Are you always recording chaos when it's happening on the road? Is that why you have a digital device? Your phone is full with all the bad things that happen in the world. Your child cannot see any good thing that will inspire them. Oh, somebody died. Oh, they killed somebody. Accident. You are the one recording it. Thank you, CNN. Thank you. Okay, you need to practice digital etiquette. You need to engage in offline activities. David has also talked about that a lot. There's a board game I just recently bought, and you get to see offline activities help build the critical thinking of your children, and you need that. Their minds need to work. Offline activities help strengthen their creative ability, make them become more resilient. Talked about staying informed and educated. Then now, even if I skip on all, I won't skip on this. Encourage open communication. The strongest tool to connect, the strongest tool for discipline is communication. It's not the rod, it's communication. Ensure that you have conversation with your children on how to use tech, and don't be ashamed to learn from them. Don't be ashamed to learn from them. If you know everything, if you really know everything, why are you where you are? If only you know everything, why did God need other people? This is how I see each individual. First, this children, you do not own these children. No. Please note this. You don't own the children. You only owe them the responsibility given to you by God. So they are first gods. They are not yours. They are gods. So they come through you. The life they have is God's. So you owe them introduction into earth. And that's why parenting is critical. You owe them that. So I believe that every individual is a unique expression of God that is different from the other. So in other words, if we have over 7 billion people, what we have is 7 billion expressions of God. And if every person is that unique, that means your child has content that you need. And that will now lead me to the next one, which is apologize and learn from the mistakes. And remember, everything you do is training. So when you learn to say, I'm sorry, what is your child learning? Learning how to be corrected. So what are some tools? What are some tools that we can use to keep family stable? I'm just going to talk about two. There are a lot, but I'm just going to talk about two here. There's the device-based control and then the software and apps. Everything, my son one day called me. I was like, Daddy, are you the Holy Spirit? How do you know everything I do? I use Google Family Link. I use other softwares there, So I know where the phone is. I know what the phone is doing. I know what they desire to install. I can control and give access to that from my phone. Remember, these things you can do, based on age appropriate restrictions. You can give them. So my son, who is more active than the others, he is turning 11. He's turning 12. He's turning 12. So we have this conversation. One of the things I like him to do is learn how not to and how to by having conversations like David was talking, rather than just giving instruction, have conversation, ask questions. What if? What should you? What do you think? So he was asking me, Daddy, this Spirit, you just know everything. I said, my son, is for your own good. Daddy loves you so much. There are people who don't love you like Daddy. And when you go online, this is what happens. So if you want to go somewhere you don't know and I know it, what will you do? You said you will ask me for direction. I said, exactly. This is what I'm trying to create. That's why it's called Google Family. It's linking us so that you can easily reach me for direction. He got an understanding about that. So we have conversation. His elder sister, who's 15, that one doesn't like me trolling her. But I said, you know what? If we can't have conversation of what you are doing online, then you don't need to be online. Because I can have conversation with you about all I'm doing online. So why can't you? And if you do that, that means there's a break in trust here. And our family values. But you can put this in, you have your Apple Screen Time, you have Microsoft Family Safety, and many others. I just listed 3 here. These are tools that can help you track device, can help you lock device, set time. My children, 3 hours this holiday. 3 hours. It's usually 2 hours, but 3 hours now because holiday. And then my son may extend, but then he has to stay on his project. So I have time recovery I installed. So at the end of the day, what I do is I put him to see, come and see what your dad was doing online. When he sees that online, he was like, Dad, you spent these hours on WhatsApp. I say, yes, but this was what I was doing on WhatsApp. I was marketing and communicating with some clients. Oh, okay. So not chatting and that. So that's a device-based. Then there are softwares that help you. I love NetNally. There are a lot of, you can use them to filter. There are sites they can't visit. There are things they can't see. When it comes up, it sends a message. There's something I did with a friend one time. Whenever I want to click on porn, you should go and notify my friend and put me in trouble. Yes, sometimes we need to be that responsible. Some of these softwares will help you manage, help you filter, help report activities when people are trying to log in your device into your account from different devices. This is just 2 out of over 10, tools I can share because of time. Then these teach your children to be smart. Teach them to stay safe. They don't give out personal information. You can use this smart. We use this for goal setting. We can use this also for internet, for online safety. Teach them to be smart. They don't meet with people they don't know. There's a video I shared in one of my sessions where a girl went to meet a stranger she never knew in the park. It was arranged by the father to test. And if many of us do this, we'll see that we may fail. When our children go out and go to church and go to all these places. Okay, so I'm saying this because, I was that bad guy that year. When we go to church during message, I know where I used to go. I won't tell you guys here. I know where I used to go. But I'll come back before message will end. But my parents never knew. Never knew. Yeah. Don't accept files. You see, people just send me things from numbers I don't know. I will just JJ block you. I don't know you. You are calling me. I'm seeing number. We've not talked before. No. Check if the information is reliable. The information. Many of us some of us, we have forwarded ourselves into a problem. We have forwarded our problems and forwarded ourselves into a problem. You just receive something forward, pew, receive something forward, pew, receive something forward, pew. You don't even Google. My son tied rubber band in his hand, and my wife said, rubber band will suck your blood, though. And he looked at me, that is it true? I said, have you researched about it? He took a Google, and this many of us are struggling. Me, I will go and type. He just to Google, will rubber band suck your blood? That's what are you doing? He say, I'm Googling. I said, why did you type? He say, if I speak it, you type it. I was like, hey, see me analog. And then he checked, and it's, mommy, it will not suck my blood. He researched. Many of us don't research. We just copy and paste, copy and forward. Then tell an adult, oh, my time is up, but let me just skip to safe. Speak to someone if you need help. Always you first as an adult. Speak, but you teach your children to be safe by speaking to an adult. Yeah. Ask adults before you go online. Let me know that you want to go online. Now, this is also building an environment of trust. 3, ensure that the friends that you have are the friends we know. My children should know my friends. I should know their friends as well. And then E, enjoy, play, have fun, but be safe. So, online safety and guidelines, spend more time together, keep the computer in a common place, bookmark kids' favorites. When you see your kids going, bookmark those so that I can also help guide. Because one thing about your digital footprints, the things you do over and over, there's an algorithm written to suggest those things to you. Take your child's seriously if they report anything. Now, your children sometimes tells you things that happen, and because you are tired or you are exhausted, you just push it aside. When they start telling daddy this, mommy that, listen and take it seriously. They may just be telling you that somebody has been trolling them, but because you feel they don't understand what trolling means, what are you talking? Contact law enforcement where necessary, and trust me, there are law that will guide. There's law that we guide, but sometimes we don't even know that. So one of my sessions, one of the things we do, we talk about digital parenting and the law. It's part of our curriculum and what we do in TGC. So something you learn we have a program running that you should join, please. Okay, so internet safety, I'm going to skip this. And to all the others, trust me, for those of you who are not in the yard, but to all the others, I'll send you my slides and we can have conversations much later. But these are just some internet safety checklists. Install comprehensive software. Now, many of you that are always installing pirate software, you're also part of the reason why your children are not learning anything that they need to that is authentic. In the Intentional Parenting Academy, I love one thing that Coach Wendy emphasizes. Don't come and download people's book and put it on the platform. No, that's piracy. And look at this thing, everything you do, your children will magnify. Have that consciousness. The thing you take for granted, they will see as totally irrelevant. Note that the things you take for granted, your children will take as totally irrelevant. So you're asking, how did we get here? You introduced it. So install comprehensive softwares, ensure they are the original one. Monitor activities online. We've talked about that over and over. Keep your privacy setting on. Check for permissions. When you just install, you're just saying yes. Sometimes, why don't you even read? Why are you so in a hurry to just click yes to everything? You just click yes to you guys can use all my information, and tomorrow you are saying, oh, this and that. Keep everyone's device updated. Ensure, keep your internet secure. There are things that we can do that we can teach you on that. When in doubt, call tech support, call coaches, call other people you have. Secure your smart home device. Ensure that your VPN is working. And understand privacy policies and more. Yes. And finally, use God's technology. Use the Holy Spirit. It says in John 14, it says, I have told you these things while I am still with you, but the Holy Spirit will come and help you. When you are confused, this is a place where you can now come and cry, God, how far? I need an upgrade in my software. This is where you run. Do you know what? God will not send you to coaches like me, coaches like Wendy, coaches like Ebuka, coaches like David. God will send you to all of us. That's what he does. He says, I've given you help. Yeah? And as the Spirit of the Lord works within us, we become more and more like him. When we allow the Holy Spirit, it's important. Like I said, the Holy Spirit is the technology of God. We need to allow him walk in with us. Talk with your child more and not to your child. Talk with your child. This person, we've talked about all this. Explore, share, and celebrate everything they do in the digital space. Be present in their present. But see, guys, don't stalk your children. Give them the opportunity to flow. Ladies and gentlemen, success is not a day's job. It's a daily job. It's not a destination. It's a journey. So don't kill yourself today if you're not getting it right. And if what you're learning does not have immediate impact, let's take gentle steps together and things will turn out right. I look forward to having you guys in my digital parenting masterclass where we have real conversations, we'll break certain things down, and we're going to simplify the things that look like, jargons. What I just did today was just open the floor for us to have further conversation. And I look forward to really engaging us in this digital parenting journey. Thank you very much.
Wow, it's been an unusual session with the unusual TJ, and I am so wowed because it's been unusual. We've done the dancing, the putting on the back, say, I'm doing well. So remember to tell yourself, I'm doing well. As a parent, you are doing well. There's a whole bouquet of information that we've gotten tonight about digital safety. And what stands out for me is the smart, bringing in smart into digital safety. I can tell you that digital safety is the in thing. For me, who is in the digital payment space, today you hear of a whole company has been hacked and millions, billions are gone and all of that. It is very essential, whether you're in the workspace or in the homestead. It is very essential that we take online security, which is like the new place. Before you have armed robbers coming to your house to cut away your goods, right now they are just online cutting away the hearts of our children, the peace of our children, and even the peace of our homes in general. So we need to take it very seriously. Thank you so much, the unusual TJ. But just before now, I saw your handle on the screen, and I think the media should bring that up. Please follow on Unusual TJ on his social media handle to learn more about this. Thank you very much, media. You are doing a fantastic job. Please follow Coach TJ at Unusual TJ on social media. That is the least way you can say thank you for this wonderful information that is very timely and very essential. I can't tell you how important online safety is for you as an adult first, and then for your children. It is a big topic. It is a big thing. It's the next big thing in the era that we are moving into, or we already are in, but right at the beginning of it. I'm sure people have comments, questions, because I could see the comments coming on, feedback. Everywhere has been agog with comments, questions, feedback, and I'm sure people are in reflection mode, thinking about how have I been? What digital footprints am I creating? All of that. But before we take that, we will let the unusual TJ catch his breath, take a water break while we come back with the questions after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Media.
Are you wondering the kind of world that both your children and mine will be living in a few years to come? The distractions, the trends, their friends, the media. It's never going to get better. I am dedicating my life to mentoring valuable and resourceful girls at the Girls' Hall. However, I am doing more than that. I am creating resources that can empower, equip, and transform them. Transformation does not come by mere confession, by wishing, by sitting and whining and wondering and doing nothing. It comes by you doing something, and that something is to get your children to read. I have written 9 books that can transform your child's life. From as low as 6-7 years, your children can get to read books that are self-development, books that are practical, books that have stories and lessons and everything you would have wanted to teach your child, but in an age-appropriate manner. I have books for girls as well.
Good news is we have these bumper sales happening this period, and up to the end of July 31st, you can get these books for a whooping 27,500 naira and save 17,500. Aren't I kind enough? My name is Auntie Timaume. I urge you to get these books right now, and after that, get your girls to join the Girls Hall.
Welcome back from that break, and we'll be taking questions for the unusual TJ. I'll be waiting for questions on the screen so that our facilitator can take that away. It's been a great session, right? It's been an entirely mind-blowing session for me. Media, are we taking questions? Let's see the questions. Are there questions from the audience? If you haven't dropped yours, you can still do that right now. We're taking questions for the unusual TJ, because if you don't have questions about digital safety, I would really be surprised. I really would be surprised. While we wait for the questions, you have shared with us two sites. You said you have many others. While we're waiting for the questions, I think this is a good chance to just mention others. You have mentioned Net Nanny, the Google Family Link. Are there others that people can benefit from that you would like to share?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. I was just looking at somebody also asked that question. Shaki Wumi was asking the name of the app. Okay, so before we all start running looking for many apps, I think you should just if you guys use internet, I said internet. If you use iOS, I think you should just simply go to Apple Screen Time if you're using iOS. But if you're using an Android phone, you can use Google Family Link, and then there's Microsoft Family Safety. These are just some basic ones that you can have access to the whole package for free. There are others that you need to pay for, but these ones are basic and you can use them for free on your device. Then, if you want softwares, for filtering and all that, I shared Custodium, I shared NetNanny, and then I shared Bark. These are three of the top that are ranking in terms of rating that you can install on your devices. You may just want to try it this night and see how it works. And please, one of the things I was emphasizing is that you get to read. Don't just install, read, please. Read. In the Intentional Parenting Academy, one of the things that Coach Wendy will drill you to do is to read. Many of us don't read, so our life is a pile of junks because we don't read. When we read, we can get rid of many things. So you want to ensure that you read and you get to understand. If you are the kind that say, hey, I can't read, join a community that can help you. Join a space that, most of the things that we learn actually have been taught, but we were not in the space or the environment where we could assimilate them, or they were not taught in our own learning style. So we found every other existing community related to this. You find yourself learning and interacting. If you are in the yard, and I know there's an inner of inner in the yard, you find yourself having access to Coach Wendy, and then you can learn better. If you are in my yard, if you're in the Ebuka's yard or Queen Etima's yard, any of the yards, you find yourself learning. So one of the ways you can do is get into this space and then get to I talked initially of investing in dysfunction. We need to now be intentional about now investing in learning. And that's why I will strongly recommend everyone watching who's not in the yard to pay. I paid for myself and my wife to enter. I cannot just, if you're married, let that be your spouse's birthday gift, and let them come and fight you later that you not buy them anything. Pay and get into the yard. Where you are in a community. And the funny thing, you get to realize that you're not the only one struggling. And when you see people who are still struggling and yet they are willing to still keep pushing, you know what it does? It gives you that drive, that ginger to keep pushing. And And in my own yard, I'm blessed in one small group that we have all women. I'm the only, and it's a sense of responsibility that helps me function better. So you want to come into spaces where you can learn. So please join the Intentional Parenting Academy. Go and pay that money. Somebody was saying, it was Ebuka that was saying, sell your wig and give them wings. Yes. Coach Etima said the same thing. Go and sell that land, whatever you need to do. This investment, the investment in your children is much more than what you expect. And like going back to where I started from, it's also saying, Lord, I am happy and responsible that you trusted me with these gifts to humanity. So I'm extending the best of you through this child by being intentional parents. So please join circles and don't look for scraps on the road. Join the circle, join other yards, come to my yard. I'm waiting for you too.
Thank you so much, the unusual TJ. That was wonderful. And with that, I don't need to make any more announcements about the TIP. They have said it all. If you're not in the yard, if you're not in the TIP Academy, let me be very clear so that you don't say, oh, what does she mean by the yard? No, the yard is actually the TIP Academy, the annual program where you get on to the program. It's been a wonderful session with you. Once again, I would like to release my speaker, to go prepare to celebrate his daughter's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to your daughter, by the way. Yeah, great things. Yeah, great things for her. And it's been a wonderful session. And if you agree with me, drop your comments in the comment section of what you've learned in this session. Once again, my name is Ifeoluwa, and I've been your host for this session. We'll be taking a commercial break. But before we go, I would say it's been a wonderful session, and I have been your host. And I say, on y va à la prochaine séance. And that means let's go to the next session. I'll see you there. Bye. Toodles.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joy Eshimokai, and I am the lead coach here at ProSpeak Live Academy.
Welcome to ProSpeak Life Academy. At ProSpeak Life Academy, we believe that effective communication is the key to success. Our mission is to nurture the public speaking skills of adults, teenagers, professionals, business organizations, and anyone willing to learn, helping them overcome their fears and find their voices. Our comprehensive curriculum includes hands-on training, interactive sessions, and practical exercises that cover everything from body language to speech delivery and audience engagement. We offer personalized feedback and mentorship to help each student develop their unique style and strengths. From intensive bootcamps to free public speaking classes, we provide numerous opportunities for all our students to practice and excel. We have trained professionals from various organizations, held diverse free classes, and conducted amazing bootcamps for preteens and teenagers. We have collaborated with excellent coaches and authored effective public speaking materials and resources that are available for sale. Join us at ProSpeak Life Academy and be a part of the transformative journey. Let's unlock the power of your voice together. To register for the 6-month Speak Out Bootcamp for your teenagers and also our August Bootcamp or one-on-one sessions, call or WhatsApp 090-6653-7703. Follow us on our social media platforms at ProSpeak Live or contact us today to learn more about our programs and how to enroll.
Hello everyone, my name is Olabisoni. I'm a member of the Intentional Parents Academy. I joined the Inner Circle few years ago, and before I joined, in honesty, I had the mindset of parenting is about my kids. Like all my effort is to raise perfect children, is to raise godly children. But the Inner Circle shocked me. They told me that parenting is about me. Like I needed to become before my children can become, and the journey began. Inner Circle taught me how to write family values. I sit down. What's your family all about? What are you sent to come and do on this earth? And everything we have been doing in my family, that family values is the foundation. We want to teach my children about anything. We go back to our family values. Circle also taught us that we must have budget for books every month. Oh yes. The way we have budget for food and other things in the house, we have budget for books. Inner Circle taught me how to think, and I started this lovely business. Yes, Fetosona outfits. I said thrift wears, and guess what? This business is going global. Is huge. Inner Circle taught me how to structure my lives, how to plan, Oh my God. See, if you want to do anything in my house today, my son will tell you, Mommy, we need to plan. Inner Circle taught me how to read. You must read every month. There is a book we read. Inner Circle taught me how to honor my home. See, I am becoming, and my children are also becoming. Imagine your child go to school and come back and tell you, Mommy, there is a new boy in my class. I would like to be a friend with her. After 2 weeks, my son came back and he was like, Mommy, that boy cannot be my friend. I said, why? Because it doesn't even have the same kind of values that I have. In TIP, we got to learn that we need to write media plan. Me, I don't know before. Before I joined TIP, every day TV. We don't even know what we are watching. We watch anything. But in the TIP, my children cannot just watch anything. Even if I'm not at home, they know they have to watch valuable things. And we don't just on screen all the time. We only on screen only on weekends. And that weekend, they know what to watch. My son, at the age of 4, started cooking. Guess what? Everything we are taught, or we are being taught, or we are still going to be taught in the Inner Circle are not on Google. I'm a living testimony. After a one webinar, I was just on my own, like, God, what should I do? And the Holy Spirit gave me body safety affirmation. It is not on Google. I bring things I learn in the Inner Circle into my business and it works. The first year I joined the Inner Circle, I cut my hair. Because all the money I used to make my hair every month, I can use it to buy books. So I cut my hair and I started using the money to buy books. Enjoy. Now my children are addicted to book reading. TIP is a place to be. TIP is an arc that everyone needs to join. Thank you.